Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another paid request, this time from Andrew Patterson. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of video, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for an episode of a show I've talked about a couple times before, thanks to Andrew in the past, Off Center. Now, for those who don't know what it is, Off Center is a TV show that was on the, I guess you call it the defunct WB network. I believe the Wayans brothers was on there for a bit. The Jamie Kennedy Experiment, which I did enjoy. That was about 3 seasons, which is Jamie Kennedy, but it's a hidden camera show. But he's played like different characters against real people. And a few others. Off Center was a show, I guess, from the guys who created American Pie. And the show starred Eddie K. Thomas, John Cho, who has small parts in American Pie, would go on to be in the Harold and Kumar movies, Searching. Eugene Levy, who is in the American Pie films, he makes a guest appearance in this episode. Also has this guy named Sean McGuire, which honestly I think he's the weakest part of the show, which is sad because he's one of the stars of the show. But it's a half-hour sitcom where the dialogue is trying to be very much edgy with what they could get away on sitcom, in the sitcom format. For example, this episode, episode 20, is talking about circumcision. I think this was an episode that got him into a lot of trouble. And the show didn't last long. It lasted maybe 2 seasons at best. But it seemed like a lot of shows on that network did not last long. There were exceptions. There were the exceptions. I keep getting WB confused with CW. But yeah, it seemed like a lot of shows. Because it was one of those networks. It seemed like CW got more notice than the WB. It was also yet channels like UPN, which were not the ABCs, the CBSs, the NBCs. I don't know how many out there were diehard WB UPN watchers. The show, of the few episodes I've seen, it's alright. There are times where it really tries hard to be edgy for what it can be on a sitcom. John Cho, I liked him as an actor. I really truly think he should have been the lead, or one of the leads. Like, Eddie K. Thomas is fine. John Cho, I think he steals each scene he's in. Like I said, he should have been one of the leads. Because Sean McGuire, it's like they hired him because he's a good-looking guy with an accent. That seems like the only reason they hired him. I just don't think he has that. He's like a less likable version of Ryan Reynolds. Like, Ryan Reynolds had an accent and he just didn't have the charisma or didn't have the it factor that a Ryan Reynolds has. That's what Sean McGuire is. And so I do think he's one of the guys that each time he's on the screen, it brings it down a bit. And of the two, it seems like they try to make him more of the star because he's a handsome, playboy that's always going out with girls, while Eddie K. Thomas is almost the kind of nerdy guy, but he's with this one girl. And this whole episode is just about Sean McGuire's character is uncircumcised. Apparently all the women who see it, even though episodes before, it seemed like he could always get women like this. Obviously, if that's the case, then they've seen him naked, and it wasn't an issue before. But now all of a sudden, it's not like he got uncircumcised overnight. What about the past other over dozen episodes where women will come back to him over and over and over again? Were they blind? Did they not see? But again, it's a sitcom, I guess. You're not supposed to think about that. But anyway, he's uncircumcised. People look at him weirdly. He doesn't like that he's looked at as a weird guy. I don't think it should matter if you're circumcised or not. I guess that's up to women. I don't want to hear that conversation, but whatever. Eugene Levy, I like Eugene Levy as a comedian. It's nice to see him, even if it's popping up as a guest star on this. He plays a urologist. He's a guy who's ready to give the surgery to uncircumcise the guy. And he's as a doctor, he tries to make jokes. Oh, it's Casual Friday because you got your turtleneck on. And like I said, when John Cho pops up, he usually gives me a chuckle. Like when someone goes, I want to embarrass Liz. And John Cho says something like, oh yeah, maybe you should think about cutting off your face. Like really out of the blue. It was so out of the blue. And John Cho's delivery is with gusto. That like he's so much better than Sean McGuire. Why can't John Cho be the lead? Or co-lead? So it goes from Sean McGuire getting to the doctor's office, getting too scared, leaving, coming back, leaving. There's a point where he's in a shower and girl's coming on to him. She sees him uncircumcised and then goes, nope. So then I'm going to do it. Then ultimately he doesn't do it. So it just kind of ends up being pointless anyway. I guess the whole message of be proud if you're uncircumcised. Okay. Eddie K. Thomas, his bit of story is he wants to look great in clothes for a date with Liz, his girlfriend. So he's getting nice clothes, his hair's getting the tips frosted, and he goes to a tanning bed. Sean McGuire fucks up, doesn't tell him, hey, it's time to go, so he gets burnt. As he says, he's a hunk of burning love. Really of note, John Cho. There's another moment where they're talking. I forget how the hell this conversation started, but John Cho's going about. Oh, because Sean McGuire's talking. John Cho goes, "Yeah, I remember when I was circumcised. I was circumcised. It was a traumatic experience. What are you talking about? You were like a baby. Yep, I still remember. I still remember another traumatic experience in my life. When I was being born. I'm going through this. I'm going, hey, who's draining the pool?" It's like someone new and they like either gave John Cho some of the better lines, or again, that's the infuriating thing about this. Is like, why not give him the lead? Production wise, it's like a typical sitcom. Yeah, a couple sets. Music, fairly generic. Off center. It's pretty lame title. Like, what the fuck does it mean, off center? Like, what is even the point of this title? I'm going to see off center. Doesn't really capture Home Improvement, even Family Matters, All in the Family. Off center. I know when this came out, it got controversy. Nowadays, people look at it and go, what's controversial about it? But back then, there wasn't episodes about circumcision, and there wasn't these type of episodes. So it got flack, parent watchdog groups. Oh, you can't say all these euphemisms for penis. They would get all these weird notes about that. And I mean, it's the guys who helped create American Pie, so of course they don't want to push it a little bit. But you watch it now, it's very tame. Very, very tame in today's standards. And I mean, it's a sitcom. It's only 20-some minutes long. They're all on YouTube. So it shows how much the company production care It's all up. It's still all up on YouTube. And I guess if you love sitcoms, or if you saw the show back in the day, you're nostalgic for it, or you're curious to see what the guys at American Pie worked on afterward. Like I said, Eddie T. Thomas is okay. John Cho, I think, is the best part of the show. Once in a while, they have this neighbor who's a rapper, and he'll appear sophisticated, talking normal, but if a crowd or someone else is around, then he gets to the stereotypical, hey, yo, dog, to play off the image. That's a joke that kind of gets old real quick. And like I said, the fact it centers on Sean McGuire, which to me is the least interesting actor and character on the show, I really do think that's one of the reasons why this show never took off. Might not be the only reason, but like Sean McGuire's not really a guy you see in a lot of other stuff. To me, it's understandable. Like I say, he's kind of a low-rent Ryan Reynolds with an accent. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.